Tonight, talk about being dealt a rough hand. The Australian family living with epilepsy. Not one, but all three kids, plus dad. How the heck do they cope?
That's a scary thought, losing your child.
Today again, that family's quite extraordinary story in a sec. Also tonight, we try to stay up with the... But first up tonight, a real issue facing real Australian families, but sadly one largely lost on the nation's politicians. We know that every day hundreds of thousands of folk in this country battle serious health issues, but possibly none more serious than epilepsy. When you meet the Walkers, you'll see what we mean. Here's Emily Rice.
The Walker family takes each day one step at a time.
We never do anything in a hurry. We never plan too far ahead.
Beneath a relaxed demeanour, this family is dealing with a serious brain disorder 4 times over. Everyone except Mum Christine has epilepsy, a neurological condition which causes random seizures and takes 250 lives each year in Australia.
That's a scary thought, losing your child. In any way, just the thought of losing a child full stop is terrifying.
Thanks to medication, Daryl hasn't had a serious seizure for years and drives and works like any other dad. Epilepsy often strikes at random, so the Melbourne couple weren't worried about starting a family.
We never dreamt that it could be passed on at that time. We're talking like 17 years.
As a baby, Cassandra had multiple seizures before she was diagnosed. Second-born Daniel seemed epilepsy-free until seizures began around age 9. They occur when sudden excessive electrical activity disrupts the brain pattern. Symptoms range from brief attention lapses to muscle jerks or convulsions, which can lead to serious injury, including broken bones and teeth. The teenagers' triggers are illness and stress, so staying fit and healthy is paramount.
Obviously sleeping. I have to keep my sugar levels up, always eating and always making sure I've got drinks. Otherwise I get rather nasty and aggro.
Ronan has a more severe case.
Ronan has absent seizures all day, every day, anywhere between 40 to 100 a day.
The 11-year-old has multiple triggers, from bright lights to excitement.
We went to the football once and the opening siren went, and as the siren, the crowd stood up, Ronan went down. It was just impeccable timing.
For many, the stigma of epilepsy is worse than the disorder itself. Rugby league legend Wally Lewis hid his diagnosis until suffering a seizure on air in 2006.
Good evening. Despite the
Now, a comprehensive study of epilepsy in Australia has revealed how physically and socially disabling the condition can be. More than 200,000 Australians have epilepsy and many suffer discrimination, meaning it's difficult to hold down a full-time job. The study also found that, in turn, a third of sufferers earn less than $250 a week.
But that's a reflection of the terrible stigma that's still attached to the disease. A lot of people think of it as a contagious disease or as a psychiatric illness. They're really medieval ideas.
You can be born with it or you can acquire it through brain injury or illness. So it could be anyone.
And the condition is no barrier to success. High-profile sufferers include actors Hugo Weaving and Danny Glover, author Charles Dickens and philosopher Aristotle. The Walkers want to be treated like any other family despite their unusual medical predicament.
It's just life. Comes around, I get over it.
And you think you've got problems. Well, we're not suggesting for a moment that it's not an important issue, but you do have to wonder if anything else like government or even positive opposition is getting done in Canberra, while Julia and Tony